So this video is with regards to some specific requests regarding some visibility options inside of Maya and their relationship to some existing ones that are here. For instance, the hidden line removal. There is no specific feature inside of Maya that allows you to do this, but you can simulate it. So I'm just going to get in here a little bit closer and show you a couple of features that will allow this to happen. So one of the first things that I do is go ahead and create an ambient light. And what the ambient light will do is basically shoot light from all angles. Now in this current mode it's not apparent, but if I were to go ahead and press 7, you'll see that I get a nice even lighting. So I've got my ambient light here, and I get something very similar to what I get from the hidden line removal. Now if I'm not happy with the idea of this redness that's here, I can go in, use default material, and all of them will of course shade the same. And the last feature in this whole thing would be to turn on the wireframe unshaded, and this gives you this end result. Now all of these things of course relate to functions that happen inside of the script editor, and I know that scripting is not everyone's forte, but really all it is just copy and paste of a few features into your hotkey editor, and then you can make a hotkey for that, which would of course look like something like this, which is only one direction, where it goes ahead and creates all these things and turns all this stuff on. So you would then have to go and create something separate to turn them all off, or create a more complicated sort of setup for this. So in the meantime, this is sort of the workaround. It's not really the solution. I believe the idea would be to eventually add a display that does it automatically, but for now, if you really need it and it's not there, you can go ahead and use this as one of your methods to accomplish that. Another request, I'm just going to turn this stuff off, was of course to use image planes in a different way. So rotoscoping inside of Softimage is the same thing as image planes here. You can import an image plane. And the image plane itself, just go into its options. We've got settings for it here. The image that's here, you can either use it as an image sequence, so if you wanted animation you can do that, or an AVI or something, you can go ahead and play through that, and you can scrub through it. Or this is just a single image. And one of the things is it has its alpha, which you can go ahead and make transparent. And it has a depth value as well. So there's the depth where you can bring it closer to camera, so it would go in front of things or behind things, however you would like to view this. Now we have X-ray shading options, which make things transparent, but of course when they start to overlap each other you can see through them, so it's not kind of like a 2D image of your scene becoming transparent. X-ray exists on a transparency per object sort of deal. So if I were to go ahead and turn that off, and what I want to do is have the background fully visible. So I'm just going to go into my image plane, and I'm going to go ahead and set that alpha back all the way up to the top. I'm actually going to reload that image, so I'm going to load that a second time. So I'll go back in here, image plane, and you can import another instance of this image. So this is now image plane 2, and I'm going to change its alpha gain, and you're not going to see anything happen now because there's 2 copies of it. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it forward using the depth. So I'm going to set this down to, let's say, 1, and it's going to exist right in front of the camera. So what's happening here is that Maya will automatically take your image and scale it based on depth, so it's always the same size in relationship to your current screen. And of course you can align these, fit these based on resolution gate or film gate, etc. Set your own custom sizes, but the depth will always respect that information, and so as you move it forwards and backwards, it doesn't actually visibly change other than the fact that it'll go in front of or behind objects. So with this new version, I've got the fully opaque background, and it makes it appear as though I'm making the entire set of objects transparent without having to do anything to them. So go to my image plane here, just another way to access it, and you can see that it changes, and it's significantly different from X-ray mode where you can see through these objects. This is just one image plane in front of the other. So last but not least, let's eliminate these guys. Just a quick note that I wanted to add to this whole thing, and that is this lovely little grease pencil tool for people who want to give each other notes and stuff like that. You can go ahead and create information on multiple panels. So simply add a new frame, as it were, and you can say, you know, and if you wanted to wander through the scene, you can create animation on that camera. So you can say, like, I'm going to create a review camera. So let's just actually undo all that. I'll go panels, new. This will be my review. And I want to give the artist notes on these things. Again, store that information here. And of course, take this guy and just press S to keyframe him on that particular location. And of course, I want to get a better angle on this guy. Create a new frame here. And with that camera selected, I'll press S again. I'm just going to store that. I can give that next note, and then of course they can go through the various reviews. So you can review on a frame-by-frame basis, or you can review based on different camera positions within the scene to give your artist notes on these things. So it's a cool little feature that you can play with as well. So there's 3 different things with regards to display that you can mess with. Feel free to send more questions.